The law of assumption can be used to manifest everything, no matter what it is. Manifestation coaches often suggest different techniques to manifest desires. It's actually practicing the law of assumption in different ways. Some of those techniques work very fast while others don't. In this video, I'm going to reveal to you the secret method of Neville Goddard for manifesting more money, wealth, and prosperity in your life. This is a unique way of applying Neville Goddard's teachings in your life, and it allows you to manifest money, happiness, prosperity, and contentment in your life. But how can you apply this method to manifest more money, wealth, and prosperity? That's what I'm going to teach you in this video, so make sure to watch this video because these 10 minutes can truly change your life. And before we start, make sure to hit the subscribe button to join our growing manifesting community. Now let's begin. Step 1 starts with a key task, getting rid of those negative thoughts or worries about money. Neville Goddard suggests that holding on to negative thoughts, stressing out, doubting, and feeling scared are like sneaky thieves that take away your blessings. He recommends releasing these feelings and having positive thoughts and beliefs instead. He also emphasizes avoiding the habit of repeatedly saying that you don't have enough money, because that makes it disappear even faster. Instead, he strongly suggests appreciating what you have right now and looking forward to more good things coming your way. Now, this might seem pretty straightforward, but there's more power to it. Think about how often you find yourself saying things like, "I don't like my job and I can't seem to make enough money. I can't afford this," or "I'm always struggling financially." How does it make you feel? Happy or sad? Thinking negatively makes you sad and depressed. Words are more influential than we often realize. They hold the key to changing your emotions and the energy you put out. This energy you emit comes back to you from the outside. Because according to Neville Goddard, everything is a reflection of your thoughts. So if you keep talking negativity about money, you are inviting more negativity into your life. You are essentially signaling that money is not a good thing for you, that it's nearly impossible to get, and that you're always in a tight spot. As a result of this, you attract more situations where money is a challenge, tough to come by, and never enough. But what if you change the tune? What if instead of saying, "I dislike my job and I can't seem to make enough money," you say, "I'm grateful for my job and I've got enough money"? What if you swap "I can't afford this" for "I can handle this"? What if you transform "I'm always financially strapped" into "I'm consistently doing well"? How would those words make you feel? Words are very powerful. They can change your emotions, your thoughts, and your feelings. So if you constantly repeat positive statements about money, you're inviting more positivity into your life. By doing so, you show that money is within reach, that it serves a purpose, and that you have enough of it. And what does the 3D world do? It nods along and places you in situations where money is manageable, purposeful, and abundant. Did you see the difference? Did you notice how much your words hold power? Neville Goddard says that your words are like architects shaping your reality. This is why the first step in attracting more money and goodness involves letting go of negative money-related thoughts and worries. Now let's jump on to the second step. The focus of this step is on asserting your rightful claim as a child of God. Neville Goddard says that God stands as the ultimate source of all the good things and can shower you with various forms of goodness. He encourages consistently affirming that God supports you and that you already possess everything positive. Furthermore, he says that there is no gap between you and God. Although this step might seem a bit challenging to understand, when you think about it, it's rooted in simple logic. Think about the origin of everything. Where does the money come from? Where does goodness originate? All of it traces back to God. It is God who stands as the wellspring of creation, the mastermind behind all that exists. And who are you? You're akin to God's offspring. You're part of God's artistic creation. You're a living expression of God's design. Hence, the second step in welcoming more money and goodness into your life revolves around confidently claiming that you are a child of God. This requires consistently voicing the belief that God's support is your constant companion and that everything is already within your reach. For instance, instead of saying, "I don't have enough money to buy what I want," say, "God is with me and I've already been blessed with all that I need." Once you do this, something truly remarkable occurs. You experience an uplifted emotional state, a heightened sense of contentment, greater confidence, and enhanced self-assurance. This elevated emotional state, in turn, increases your vibrational frequency. As a result, this higher frequency aligns you with circumstances and occurrences that resonate with your positive mindset. Step 3 is about using positive words to fill up your mind with the idea of being rich and having money. Neville Goddard suggests that words are like magic. They can make things or break things. He advises sticking to words that mean success, happiness, good health, and having money, and staying away from words that bring you down or limit you. He also adds that when you say these things, act like they're true right now, like you've already got what you want. This might sound like something you've heard before, but it's really important. Think about your mind. It's like your control center for habits, feelings, beliefs, and actions. It's the part of you that does things on its own without you even noticing. It's also the part of you that shapes your world. So how does your mind work? It loves hearing things over and over again. It loves linking things together, and it pays attention to feelings. This is why using positive words is so important. When you keep saying positive things over and over, your mind takes them in. When you connect positive words with money or success, your mind links them. That's the trick. So here's something to try. Think of some good things to say about money, like I'm rich or I have lots of money. Say these out loud with feeling as if they're true right now. Step 4 is all about stepping into the role of someone who already has what they desire. Neville Goddard suggests that faith without action is like a car without an engine. It won't get you anywhere. He says that you must show your faith through your actions. That means dressing with flair, living your life to the fullest, being generous with what you have, and moving through life with confidence. He also emphasizes the importance of tuning into your inner compass and taking inspired action whenever you feel that gentle nudge from the universe. This might seem like a bit of a challenge, but in reality, it's quite an enjoyable task. Think about it. How would you carry yourself if you already possessed your heart's desires? How would you choose your wardrobe? How would you design your daily life? How would you share your resources with others? Operating as if you've already achieved your goals is akin to embracing the law of assumption. By embracing this principle, you're adopting the mindset that what you desire is already a part of your reality. This assumption aligns you with the energetic frequency of possessing what you desire, and in turn, this alignment magnetizes your desires toward you. In simple terms, it's like calling forth what you want by genuinely believing it's already yours. And now for the 5th and final step, we arrive at the most liberating part of the process, letting go. Neville emphasizes the importance of releasing your grip on the steering wheel of your desires. He urges you to relinquish the urge to micromanage the hows and whens of your manifestation journey. Instead, he encourages you to place your trust in your abilities because you are the co-creator. You are the part of higher wisdom. This higher wisdom knows the most opportune moments and the most efficient paths for your dreams to unfold. Additionally, he advises you to maintain an open heart and mind, receptive to the channels through which abundance may flow into your life. This step might initially appear to be the most challenging, but it's the most effortless in practice. Reflect for a moment. How deeply do you trust yourself? How willing are you to surrender control? This step embodies the art of surrendering, handing over the complex logistics to a higher, wiser power. As you let go of any resistance or attachment, you clear the runway for your desires to glide into your reality with grace and ease. Let's put this into action right away. Think about something you desire in your financial realm. It could be anything. A job, an income boost, more savings, smarter investments, or even managing debts. Now take a moment to release control. Visualize yourself releasing the reins and handing them over to the universe. Allow yourself to fully trust the universe's impeccable timing and ingenious methods to make your dreams come true. Embrace a sense of openness, welcoming the various channels of abundance that the universe might use to shower blessings upon you. For instance, you can affirm, I release my grip and let the universe orchestrate the details of my thriving new job that aligns with my passions and rewards me generously. I free myself from worry and control, trusting the universe's wisdom to pave the way at the perfect time. I eagerly welcome the diverse avenues through which the universe blesses me with the opportunities I seek. And now it's your turn. Release your hold and allow the universe to weave its magic into your desires. Have you taken this step? How does it make you feel? It's similar to setting sail with a gentle breeze, isn't it? Surrendering and letting go are the most important steps of this process. As you surrender, you shed any barriers that might obstruct the path to your wishes. This unburdening allows the current of the universe to flow unhindered, guiding your desires towards you with utmost ease. Surrendering and letting go play a crucial role in the process of manifestation. Imagine it as gently releasing the tight grip you have on the outcome you desire. When you surrender, you're essentially giving up the need to control every detail, allowing the natural flow of things to take over. It's like standing by the edge of a river, holding onto a raft. You realize that the current is strong and unrelenting, and no matter how hard you cling to the raft, it's going to be carried downstream. Surrendering is loosening your grip, understanding that the river knows where to go. As you do so, you shed any doubts, worries, and fears. These are like rocks you've been carrying that are now scattered along the riverbank. This unburdening is freeing, as it creates space within you for new possibilities. It's akin to clearing the clutter in a room, making it easier for fresh air and light to enter. As you release your grip and let go, the current of the universe can flow freely, unobstructed by your resistance. It's as if you're aligning yourself with the natural rhythm of life, allowing it to carry your desires effortlessly. I hope I was able to provide a thorough study of this theory by Neville Goddard. He was a great teacher and inspired millions of people around the world. If you want to express your thoughts and take part in the conversation, leave a comment below the video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel and click the bell button for more entertaining, informative, and helpful videos about manifestation. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.